Chris, you've recently been brought in as a president for the Spectrum Group. What companies are you going to manage for them?
They brought me in to run basically the merged auction companies, which were Stacks and Bowers. For the new name now is Stacks Bowers Numismatics. I'm also responsible for the retail store on West 57th, 123 West 57th in New York City, which is the oldest retail store in the country. It's been 75 years old. We're on the 76th year. So, and the auction room and the auction facilities are across the street on the other side of the street.
Stacks and Bowers are two of the most well-known names in numismatics. What do you hope to achieve by the combining of these two assets?
Well, I think they both bring a lot to the table. Q. David Bowers is probably the most recognizable name in numismatics over the last 50 years. He's had more successful auctions of big name collections than probably any company in the last 30 years. And Stacks, of course, is the oldest, 75 years, and they've had some wonderful collections, including the Ford cell this last decade. So I think we're bringing two companies that have had old-time flavor to them, and we're trying to bring them more into the 21st century. We're hopefully going to be working on our IT system and trying to update and improve that, make that more user-friendly and easier from our side of the podium and from the other side of the podium. We're also going to access the old collections that are out there that all these two companies have built. So I think we have a lot to offer, and if we put those things in place, we're going to get a lot of collections from those two sources, and also the dealer community, who piggybacks a lot of coins in the sales, will want to consign to us, and I think it'll really feed on itself over the next few years.
And what is your auction schedule like? How often do you expect to have a major sale?
Excuse me. We have our auction schedule really revolves around our Baltimore, Whitman locations, March, June, and November. So we have those three. We are the official ANA and pre-ANA auction for the next 3 years. So we have that whole sale together through that whole week-long or week-plus-long event. And then we have the Philadelphia show, which is a newer East Coast show. This will be the third year they've had this coming up. Another Whitman Publishing event, and they seem to put on some really wonderful coin shows. And then we're going to try and bring back the coin gallery name, which Stacks had, to have more of our accumulations, our smaller collections, and those sort of things that aren't really appropriate for our mainstream sales. And last but not least, we have Stacks Bowers Pontario, which is our really world organizational auction company. And I think between Stacks, which has probably sold more foreign and world coins over the last 75 years than any American company, and we've got Pontario, which is also well known at this point in time for putting on some wonderful sales. We're bringing both of those names together, so we're really looking forward to that.
Chris, I have to ask, you've been in coins for a while. What's it like to now be president of Stacks and Bowers at the same time?
Well, I guess if somebody had asked me this 5 years ago, I would have said I doubt it, for a lot of reasons, personally, and I didn't think the two companies at the time would certainly merge. I've been doing the wholesale and retail business for 20 plus years, so I know all the players in the industry, which makes it a lot easier. I've had just great support from Spectrum. They've given me the freedom to do pretty much anything I need to do to try and bring both companies together as smooth as we can possibly make it, and to go forward. We've got a nice long-term game plan, and I'm here to implement it. And I'm very excited about being able to do that and work with a team of professionals between Stacks and Bowers that we've put together.